In 1845, Runnymede was purchased by Alexander Simmons, a wealthy grazier from the Western Districts, for the sum of £3,000. Runnymede has been in the possession of the Simmons family ever since.
Still is?
Yeah. Unfortunately, the family were dogged by the curse, which had followed their footsteps all the way from the Highlands of Scotland.
What curse?
Hold your horses, Pen. I'm looking.
You don't really believe that curse stuff, do you?
There are more things on heaven and earth that are dreamed of in your imagination, Max.
Whoa. This is one heck of a roll call. 1852. Hamish Simmons drowned in his own gold mine during the Bathurst floods. 1868. Lachlan Simmons shot himself. The bullet ricocheted off the only rock within 500 yards. Oh, 1887. Ronald Simmons fell asleep in his wheat field and got harvested.
Oh, yuck. That's gross.
There's more. 1915. Duncan Simmons bought the first automobile in the Western Districts. He also had the first automobile accident. It just goes on and on. One Simmons after another.
What a massacre.
Hold it. If the Simmons family are dropping like flies, how come there are any Simmons left at all?
Well, it says right here that the curse only applies to the first son of the second sister in each generation.
Struth, you don't think Uncle Wally was...
He was.
That's it for that generation. Who's next? Bonnie? Oh, it's just a question, Penny.
Yeah, well, it's easy. The first son of the second sister. That's me!
We're talking. That's what really matters. We're talking. Communication. We can get through this.
Stop it, please. I can't stay with you, CJ.
Don't say that.
I said it. I keep saying it, but you don't listen.
You don't mean it.
I still care about you. But this is not what I thought it was going to be.
Toni, you name it, I'll change it. If it's broken, I'll fix it. I'll do anything you want. Anything I have to.
Stop!
What did I do? What's wrong with me?
You scare me.
I work for you. I trash myself for you. You're staying.
I can't.
Don't do this to me.
I'm sorry, CJ.
I won't let you do this to me.
Let go. You're hurting me. Bye.
He asked for a gig, I gave him a go. It pays off some of your debt. Valentine keeps his pride. Everybody's supposed to be happy, Jojo.
Pride? He's humiliating himself. All that Tom Jones stuff, it's not his kind of music, Ern.
He's supposed to be a pro. Music's music.
He's gonna die up there tomorrow night.
Rubbish. That's the West Side Ladies Bowling Club we're talking about. When Valentine gets up there, they'll be tossing their bloomers at him.
But he can't sing that stuff.
No, he'll do well enough. Anyway, when that mob's had a couple of drinks, what would they know?
Ernie.
What do you want?
I want you to mind your own business.
What happens in this hotel is my business.
Nothing happened. You've been shooting your mouth off about me and Toni, and you don't know what you're talking about.
I've got eyes, Sam. So's everybody else.
So why don't you keep your trap shut until you know your facts?
And why don't you keep a civil tongue in your head, mate, or you'll be out of here.
Suddenly, everyone's a critic.
I've left CJ.
Oh, Toni, come here.
It's all my fault.
Oh, it's not your fault. Maybe it's nobody's fault.
But it's all gone wrong, and I couldn't stop it going wrong. And now I've hurt him. Ellie, what am I going to do?
Tell me what happened.
I I tried to tell him how I feel. What am I talking about? How could I tell him when I don't even know myself? I thought I was going to be happy being married. I wanted to be with CJ. I wanted to share everything with him. I thought I'd never be alone again. But in the past few weeks, I don't know him anymore. I can't reach him.
Toni, you've just got to stand back from it. Try to get things in perspective.
I'm trying.
Don't try to make any decisions in this frame of mind.
I want someone to tell me why, that's all. You're out there by yourself. You're not with anyone. And sometimes you get scared because you think you're never going to meet the right guy. But then it happens. And you feel so happy because you figure your life makes sense now. And you're never going to be lonely again. And then it all falls apart. I just want someone to tell me why, that's all.
What's wrong? The book tells of the curse. It lists all the victims. But it doesn't say how this all started.
Oh, let me have a look. Hey.
Penny,
Mm-hmm.
why are you bothering to unpack the food?
Well, you want to eat, don't you?
Well, yeah, but we can be back at the pub bistro in 2 hours.
Yeah, it's going to be night soon. Who wants to drive in the dark? No, we should just stay here. Besides, it is our place.
Stay here?
Not scared, are you, Max?
No. It's just a house, eh?
Did somebody leave the door open? Jamie, I think I found what you're looking for. Or something did.
Oh, you've struck the jackpot. The history of the curse.
I don't want to know.
Well, I do.
Yeah, so do I.
Okay. The Simmonses started off in Scotland, and they were into cows.
Shorthorns.
Oh, don't you breathe on me. You're cursed. We're talking 1709 here. The Simmonses had neighbours called the McStruans. And when the McStruans won the local cattle show, the Simmonses couldn't handle it. Figures.
Don't you go slagging my ancestors now.
Well, your ancestors poisoned the McStruans well.
I want to see the proof.
Anyhow, that's how come the curse. Then old Angus McStruan laid it on the Simmonses. So the family had to emigrate to escape the curse. Sarka didn't happen, Jamie.
It's just a fairy tale. I don't believe it.
Yeah, neither do I. Unless it is true. If that's the case, I'm living on borrowed time.
Weeks were wonderful. I mean, the honeymoon just never seemed to stop, you know.
I know.
Then he changed. I'd say something to him, and it was like I wasn't even there.
Did this happen suddenly?
I don't know, he just changed, that's all. He got moody. One minute he'd be on a high, and the next he'd be ready to bite my head off.
Marriage takes getting used to, you know, and a lot of practice.
Do you think I'm panicking?
You might be. So might CJ.
I'm scared I might have trapped him into it.
Oh, be fair to yourself. I think CJ showed everyone how keen he was on the idea.
Because of me. I thought it was what I wanted. It was what I wanted, but it happened, and now the honeymoon's over.
Is it really that bad?
Ellie, he almost hit me.
What?
I don't think he even knew what he was going to do.
I'll clear up out there, and then we're going upstairs. Have a sleep. Talk to her tomorrow.
I've been home. I want Toni back there where she belongs.
CJ.
Where was she last night?
She told you where she was.
With you? She lied. Well, you want to deny it? It's a bit late, Ellie. Toni's already made a liar of you.
If you care anything about your marriage, turn around and walk out of here.
I'm not leaving here until you tell me where she is. And don't lie to me this time.
How's she going?
She's coming around. One shock too many, I think.
So, do you still want to stay the night, Jamie?
Bonnie, you know what this is? Fiction.
How do you figure that?
Look, what else did people have to do around here in the old days? There's no TV, there's no movies, no Nintendo. So what did they do for laughs? They wrote novels, you know, like Wuthering Heights. This is Uncle Wally's novel.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
I believe it. It's possible. Yeah. No curse, just an old house with a few memories. Come on, Max, get some firewood. Let's get some food happening and liven this place up a bit, huh?
Come on, wakey, wakey. Come on. Oh, we're still here. Relax. Jamie has come up with an explanation for everything. Good.
All you're doing is making things worse.
I love her.
Then try to understand why she had to get away from you. You made her unhappy. You scared her.
I didn't mean to.
Go home.
Not without Toni. Who do you think you are, anyway?
Don't shout at Ellie. She has nothing to do with this.
I'll do anything you want. Just come home.
I can't do that.
Why?
Because it's not working. Nothing's working. CJ, will you just give me some time to figure things out?
No, you're my wife.
But you're not the husband I married. Please, just go home. I just need some space.
Okay. If that's what you want. First, you tell me where you were last night.
It's not important.
Then you can tell me.
Don't be like this.
Tell me where the hell you were then.
All right. I was with Sam. He's a friend. I knew I could trust him.
You left me to go to Sam?
Gonna cost you every time.
Drop it.
But mine sure wasn't on the game.
Thanks for the advice, Jack.
So, how's it going? Good. Good. How about a game?
Yep.
I sure could use a competition. You going to take that, Sam?
He's got women trouble.
Why don't you just go and put it on the notice board?
Well, he's a bit light on the sense of humour department tonight. Buy you one?
All right, thanks, mate. Mate, right. That's what mates do, isn't it? Shout each other a drink. Sure. You want one? Tell you what else mates do. They back you up. They give you a bucks night. They even make sure you get to the church on time. And then what would you call a guy who double crosses you? A guy you really trusted? How about a guy who waits till your back's turned and then makes a move on your wife? Would you call him a mate?
Tony's done nothing wrong.
She spent the night with you.
She did nothing wrong, believe me.
Hey! You slept with my wife! Hey, CJ, come on, cool. Hey, come on. Don't! Just leave me alone. This is my place.
Come on.
Back off!
OK, what's going on, CJ? Come on, I'll ask you a question. Hey?
Why don't you get the Sarge around here to lend you a hand? I don't care anymore. I've lost Tony.
I know. You told everyone down at the pub. Now look at me. Come on, look at me. What are you on?
My business.
What are you on? Come on, tell me, what are you on?
All right. I was taking uppers, but I've stopped. Happy now?
OK, how do you feel?
Sick as a dog. I've got to make a phone call. I need something to get me through the night.
Oh, you're going to have to make do with me tonight. You're going to go cold turkey, mate, and it's going to hurt. Sit down. That's it.
I'm sorry I got you involved.
I didn't have much choice, did I? Anyway, I'm practically family.
Well, thanks. I think I would go crazy if I had to go through this by myself. You know, 2 days ago I could have walked down the street and not noticed a thing. But not today. All I kept seeing were happy couples smiling at each other, walking together. Why them and not me? That's all I could think. I felt like an outsider. I felt like a failure.
Tony, the first thing you have got to get into your head is that you have not failed. You and CJ have problems, maybe big ones, but it's not your fault. CJ created this situation. What you've got to do now is decide whether you want to know why.
I don't even know if it's worth trying.
Well, that's your decision. But, for the record, I took the blame when my marriage to David failed. And that didn't happen overnight. It took years. Years when I turned a blind eye to the problems. When I pretended not to see the evidence of all the casual infidelities. And when I couldn't ignore it anymore, I blamed myself. I told myself I wasn't a good enough wife to keep him. I paid for that mistake for years.
I can't stay with a violent man, Ellie.
No woman should. But I don't really think CJ's that kind of guy.
Then what's wrong with him? I've tried to find out. I've tried to talk to him.
Oh, Tony, the honeymoon is over and the marriage begins. Whatever happens next, you've got to take responsibility for what you do.
More caviar, Maximilian?
No thanks, Jamie. Take a piece of cake, though.
You know, I've been thinking about the curse.
Don't.
Well, it's a bit of a plus, really.
Oh, very twisted, Jamie.
No, think about it. I mean, it gives the place a bit of character. Like having a dragon in your moat. Not to mention what a great conversation piece it'd be. Oh, was it something I said?
When you start your King of the Castle routine, I get the big yawn.
Make yourself at home, why don't you?
I have done.
My bag's the sofa.
Ah, sorry, Squire. Looks like you get stuck with the armchair.
Move over, Rover.
Lady Penelope, this is all a bit sudden.
You're cursed, so I'm keeping an eye on you. Can somebody turn out the lights? Oh, do we have to? Oh, God. Sorry, Tony.
It's all right. What about interviews?
Go to sleep. Hey, cut it out!
I know when I'm licked.
Come again?
I don't want to imitate some crooner from the Dark Ages.
We got a deal.
We had a deal. I want to hold on to a few shreds of my self-respect if it's all the same to you.
Listen, the only reason you got this gig was Jojo. You've been bludging off her. Now, what sort of a man does that? I'll ease up when you clean her slate. You don't owe me. You owe her. Got it?
So what's on the playlist for tomorrow night?
Elevator music.
Yeah? So a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree.
It's on the list.
Red roses for a blue lady.
Yeah.
Feelings.
Yes.
Sure you can handle this stuff?
Got to, unfortunately.
Well, you may just succeed where every Sergeant Sullivan failed.
What?
I may leave town.
I don't need you. I can handle it.
You think so?
I stopped taking them, didn't I?
Wants to stop you taking them again. Look, there's no easy way to do this, mate. I was there with Harley, I know.
Harley was a drug addict.
Ah, and you're not?
I wasn't doing drugs. I was trying to work, and I was trying to study, and I had to stay awake. I was doing it for Toni.
She's already had her life screwed up once by a bloke on drugs. And that's exactly what you're doing now, no matter what your reasons are.
Stop it!
And whatever's happened to your marriage, man, you can bet your life drugs got something to do with it.
I don't want to hear this.
Look, this is the first step on the way back. Now, it's not going to be pretty, but we'll do it together. Okay? Come on.
Bagpipes. Let me call her. I know she's at Ellie's. Just let me call her. If I don't call her, she'll think I don't care.
It's not going to do you any
I've got to
good.
call her and tell her I'm sorry.
It's not going to do you any
I've
good.
got to tell her how I feel. Tomorrow could be too late.
It's not going to... What's wrong? What's wrong? Okay, just relax. Come on, you're having a panic attack now. Just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath in. In. Come on, a deep breath in. That's it. Right, just let out slowly. Let out. Take a deep breath in. That's it. Let out slowly. Out slowly. That's it. Lift your shoulders. Lift your shoulders up. Right, drop them down slowly. Okay, easy. Okay. Anxiety attacks are just part of the symptoms, mate. And you freaking out about Toni, no wonder you're having these attacks.
I've had enough. I just need to get some pills.
Listen, I can't...
Get me through them.
Listen, mate.
Then I'll be all right.
I can't let you do it. 3.
I've got a call. I've just got a call.
Come on.
I need something.
I can't let you go, mate. Come here.
I need to.
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
Guys, wake up.
What are you doing, Max? You fucked me up.
Look, Jamie, there's something weird going on.
What is it?
Bagpipes.
What?
Bagpipes outside. Didn't you hear what I said?
Max, you dreamt it. Go back to sleep.
Or we'll kill you.
Get up. Get up. Hey. Get up.
You were warned, Max.
Surely you can hear something.
You know, he's right. Oh, very spacey.
Somebody's playing bagpipes.
I told you, didn't I?
Somebody at the door. If we're quiet, they'll probably go away. It's Jamie's curse. You should answer it.
No way.
What happened to the good old-fashioned courage, huh? Max, go and see who's at the door.
Why me?
Because you're equipped to handle emergencies. Now just go. Go on.
I think we should stick together.
You've won me.
Hey, hang on.
What if it is a ghost?
If it was a ghost, it would knock on the door and walk straight through.
No, there are worse things than ghosts. Go on, Max, go. Go.
Time to go home.
Buy you a drink first?
Does it go on my tab?
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about that. I had a word to Ernie. I'm not going to be doing Johnny Mathis or Bobby Darin or Dino Martino. The gig's off.
I figured. At least you're getting fired.
But I don't want to owe you anymore.
I don't mind carrying you for a while longer, that's fine.
No way. Here you go, $400.
Where did you bring all those bucks from?
Sold something.
You sold something? Valentine, you don't own anything. The only thing you've got of value is your... You didn't hock your guitar for me.
Got it in one. Better than singing Volare, right?
Right! Come on, I'll walk you home. Man, you sold your axe. I don't believe that. You love that axe.
I love you too.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I can revive the wee lassie.
Have I missed much?
Not much. Excuse me. We haven't been properly introduced.
I'm Ewan McStruan. How are you doing?
Did you say McStrawn?
It was my ancestor, Black Angus McStruan, who cursed your family in perpetuity. That's why I'm here tonight. Although the man I had hoped to meet was Wallace Summons.
Uncle Wally's gone.
Did he no leave a forwarding address?
He's dead.
Ugh, then I've come too late. The curse has claimed another victim.
Mr. McStrawn, are you here to help us?
Aye, lass, to help if I could. To warn at the least.
But you're McStrawn. You're the enemy.
Ach, no, my dear. If I could, I would make amends for all. But what puzzles me is this. If Wallace Simmons is already in his grave, then why are the signs so clear tonight?
What signs?
The dark of the moon, the storm from the east, a flocking of owls by the chimney pots. And as I stood out there in the darkness, I could hear the cry of the hound of the McStruans.
What does it all mean?
You ken the curse?
Yeah. First son of the second sister. That's me.
Och, no. No, laddie. Och, you poor, poor lad.
Jamie, I don't like the sound of this.
Mr. McStrawn, you're not about to tell me something I'm not going to want to hear, are you?
I'm afraid I am, lad. I'd make my peace if I were you. But the signs say that another Simmons must die tonight.
This happened to me. This is nearly the 21st century, for crying out loud. I'm not going to be zapped by some outdated curse from the Dark Ages.
Ach, look at the young man, waiting to be cut down, a flower in his youth, like the heather on the hill.
Trapped in a road tour of Brigadoon, that's what I call a curse.
I am the last of the clans Struan. If the curse canna be lifted ere I die, it will ne'er be lifted.
Oh, you're a real comfort.
You mean there is a way the curse can be lifted?
Only the spirit of Black Angus himself can take back the curse. But he will not. It's a dark and vengeful spirit. I have begged the phantom myself, but he despises me for a weak-kneed blatherskate.
What if we asked him?
I dinna ken, lass. It's certainly worth a try. A few notes in the pipes will rouse the old curmudgeon before the clock strikes midnight. I must bid you all good night. Except you, young Jamie. I must bid you goodbye.
Sure. Well, let's shoot the breeze with old Black Angus. Think Telecom had him listed?
Very glim for a man who seems to be running out of time rapidly. Dig up the candles, Penny. Let's do this properly.
Tell me about Sam.
What do you mean?
What I said.
Well, up until now, he's been the only friend I've had through all of this.
If you had slept with him last night, would you admit it?
Probably not. But it didn't happen. I'm not like that, Ellie.
I never said you were. But sometimes when your emotions are all over the place, it's easy to go looking for the wrong solutions.
He's just a friend. I want you to believe that.
It doesn't matter whether I believe it. Question is whether you believe it.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
We were on our way home and saw the light on.
Actually, Tony, there's something you should know.
What is it? Is it CJ?
Well, yeah. He came into the pub a while ago and he said some really horrible things about you and Sam. And then he punched Sam out.
Hurry up, Pen. It's nearly midnight.
Yeah, it's hard to remember, isn't it? I think I've got it now.
Who's Simmons the McStrawn from the depths of his warm, riddled grave?
Mr. McStrawn, it's about the Simmons curse.
Aye, what of it?
Well, Don't you think enough's enough?
Certainly not. The Simmons are ratsbane. They poisoned my well and murdered my ain dear Bessie.
Mr. McStruan, we're really sorry to hear about your wife.
Wife? It was me prized cow, you blasted Sassenach.
Well, as representatives of the Simmons family...
The Simmons? I might have known. Did you think you could curry my favour, boy? With such a god-awful rendition of Amazing Grace? Cursed ye are, and cursed you will stay.
Please, Black Angus, call it off.
Who taught ye to summon me from beyond the veil?
Oh, it was your own descendant, Ewan McStruan.
His treachery has already been rewarded. You'll find what's left of him in the dining room.
At least we tried.
Jamie, the dining room.
But...
Ewan?
Jamie, we were in this room before, right? That wasn't there.
This is not happening. This is just not happening. Max, do you think we're in big trouble?
Aye, laddie, up to your kneecaps.
I heard about you and CJ.
Yeah, I didn't handle it too well. Come here.
It was my fault. I told him I was here last night. That's why he went berserk.
Did he hurt you?
No, Ellie was there. Sam, look at your face.
It's not too bad.
Sit down, let me have a look at it. So where's CJ now?
I think Bob took him home. Maybe that's where you should be now.
You gotta get me something. You gotta.
Can't do that, mate. Come on, up on your feet.
You don't know what it's like. Come on.
It hurts. Won't hurt forever. Come on, up again.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You'll know better. You'll know better. I know what your son was. I know what your brother was. What are you doing to me? What are you doing?
I'm getting you straight.
I don't deserve this. It's not my fault. I don't deserve this.
Sam, I just feel so lost. I know I should be with CJ, or maybe discussing all of this with Ellie. The only place I feel safe is here with you.
You can't think like this. You know I care about you. And I know you care about me. But people are going to talk. And it isn't going to help you, me, or CJ.
Just let me stay with you just for a little while, just while I get my head together. They all said I shouldn't marry CJ and that it would end in trouble. Perhaps they were right. Maybe that's why I married him. Despite them. Maybe I never really loved him, and I'm the cause of all of this. Maybe I pushed him away on purpose. And all this happened because I just can't live a lie.
It could be right. But looking for an excuse isn't going to change anything. What is.
Is it?
I think I'm going to go for a walk.
Sam. I just want to feel safe again.
Next this afternoon, a surprise for Melissa, as set down in Chase's will. That's Falcon Crest in just a few minutes.